Greetings again, my fellow comrades in humanity. We're back with another 10 questions for the Bible. Let's get into it. Question 1. Deuteronomy 1, 2 to 3. I've heard this said before to me by a few people, but I thought the Bible might have had a different take on it. Why did God force this upon them? It truly makes no sense, unless you get the fact that the areas around them were full of people that they saw would kill them, and they had no choice but to wander around, which means they weren't really under the protection of God now, does it? And it makes sense that Moses would go up to the top of the mountain and have a look around to see the best route possible, and even in doing so he probably made a few mistakes, which is why they probably wandered for 40 years, although he did make a good excuse. Question 2. Deuteronomy 1, 6 to 8. So God is giving the land he promised to others, to his new chosen people. How often will God change his mind? How can anyone trust him at all? Question 3. Deuteronomy 1, 14 to 15. What would have happened if they didn't agree? Would Moses have been stuck in his now very real human failings, even though he was guided by the divine? Shouldn't he be able to just ask God to do this for him? Funny how everything had to go through Moses to talk to God, and how he was the only one that could talk to God. But then again, at times God did reveal himself to the whole community, but you know, so much for the burning bush. Also seems very convenient. Question 4. Deuteronomy 1:22. No, they didn't. Moses ordered it through the word of God, not the people. They did not ask. They were ordered to send out the scouts. Went back and read it just to make sure, and that's what happened. This is a flat out contradiction, is it not? Question 5, Deuteronomy 1, 26 to 28. I thought God was going to send his angel ahead to remove all the enemies of Israel. Yet here we see that there is many enemies standing in their way. Is it not obvious that God lied, and he didn't do what he said he would do, because he wasn't there, because Moses made him up? If he actually was the God, he would have led out a perfect path, and it would have taken them the 11 days. Question 6. Deuteronomy 29 to 31. I do not see looking after his people here, do you? Is eating nothing but manna off the ground while the Levites eat meat? No, I see this as a form of torture. After being ripped out of the land where they were cared for by their own words. This seems like absurdity. Yeah, there we go. Question 7, Deuteronomy 1, 32 to 33. Again, this isn't God being nice. Even before he condemns them to wander, he's making them wander. How disingenuous of him to do such a thing. And how was anyone to know that it wasn't just a fire that Moses kept lighting and keeping lit? No, it's just a fire, guys. Now, how the hell are you supposed to tell if that's a god or not? Even the Bible doesn't really give good evidence for the evidence of God. I thought it would. Question 8, Deuteronomy 1:41 to 42. Again, this isn't the way it was written, but I'll go by what it says this time. Even after warned and confessing, they ran off to what they surely knew was suicide. After agreeing it was a bad idea, not just, 15 minutes ago, I guess, an hour ago, who knows, we weren't there. This more seems like a bunch of insane people running off because of torture and starvation, where death is now a fate more favorable. Do you not see that? Question 9. Deuteronomy 2:8 to 9. Wait, didn't they have a major problem with the Moabs? And kill their leader? And take their land? How many times is Deuteronomy going to contradict numbers? Because it seems like it's going to be a lot. Question 10. Deuteronomy 2:16 to 19. So do you not feel this is almost done on purpose, and to make sure those whom Moses tortured by starvation, of no food but manna, to not have anyone alive to remember that? And also, how long does Moses outlive everyone else, considering he lived an almost full life in Egypt already? I guess it's God's blessing on him, and God will choose when he dies. So why didn't he just do what he promised, considering it only would have taken 11 days, then give his commandments? I'm talking about God here. Give his commandments later. This whole story is complete absurdity, from what I can read from it. And now we're going over it again, where Moses basically changes the entire story itself to fit a more comfortable narrative for the people that is now set up in a land that was promised for someone else and to him. I guess my videos are getting shorter now because the absurdity of the Bible is just becoming outright insane. Isn't it clear to anyone that Moses is tricking these people? Like, he's playing games with their head. It's really odd. Anyways, family is most important as always, and I'll extend family to everyone. We're all family in a way. The ones we hold closest are the ones that love us, but we need to love everyone. And as always, stay safe.